Can't you see like total? Getting larger and wasting taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts of how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. They come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. They come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80. Long as I got stuff from most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger and wasting taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit.
Damn.
Goddamn is right, man. Goddamn is right. I don't know why my camera always... Like, bro, I never touch this thing. But somehow, it always is in a different fucking spot. Like, bro, what are we doing? Okay.
Oh, if you kick your desk a lot or like tap it, your legs,
Yeah, I'll probably do it. Okay.
probably that.
All right. Anyways. Hello, everybody. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Notorious podcast, man. Another edition of the news, man. This is episode 190, or what am I? I'm talking unscripted numbers. This is we're on episode 191 of Unscripted. We're on episode 210 of the Notorious podcast, man, of the news, bro. And how the hell is everybody doing, man? And thank you guys for being here as always. Man. And what is going on, everybody? We're back, like I said, with another edition of the news, man. If this is your first time watching, guys, do not know how this very show works. Every Monday, we're on here with Notorious Unscripted, and every Friday, we are on here with the news and for the big pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW. No, Dynasty is not a big pay-per-view. We are live directly after the show goes off the air with the official show review. And yeah, man, yes, we are live directly after with the official show review, like I said. If you guys did miss this past Monday's edition of Unscripted, that is episode 191. AEW's most embarrassing Dynamite and the Bloodline story takes a turn. You guys can now find that on all platforms. That is Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live every Monday after Notorious Unscripted for Monday Night Raw. I do apologize that video did get uploaded today because all week it would not let me render and download the video so I can upload it for you guys. So literally I checked. I tried again last night, and it finally worked, so I had that available for you guys at like 10 a.m. this morning. So if you guys did miss that, that is available for you guys now on all platforms. And also, if you guys have not got a chance to get some of the official Notorious Sales Podcast merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfair.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. You can find all 8 of these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful designs available on there for you guys, man. And more are available on there as well. You can find them, like I said, on the merch shop. All 8 of these beautiful designs and more available for you guys on the merch shop. Again, that is bonfair.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man, where you can find all of these beautiful designs that you see on your screen and more, the very best in the IWC, man. And with that, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels Podcast, I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here, man. How are you doing today, man? Even though I feel like I know the answer.
Yeah, man. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm pretty sure you know my answer. I'm
Right.
doing good. Yesterday was a good day, so I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Things are, and at this point, looking to progress in things. So I'm
Really?
excited. I'm excited. Yes. Hopefully, at least, hopefully. Don't know for sure yet. But
You talking about
looks
the
like
same
it so
thing?
far. Probably not. I
Okay.
don't think I'm talking about a different thing, due to medical things.
Right.
But
That's good.
that's progressing. But other than that, man, I'm doing good. It's been a good Friday, and I'm excited, man. I'm here talking about fucking getting screwed, out of Mania, and I can't wait, man. But like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. The family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? Bell, Logan, Call of Zombies, and anybody that joins in the live chat or watching the replay. How are you guys doing, man? What about you, bro? How are you?
Yeah, man. I am doing good. I am doing good, bro. Yeah, doing good. Chilling, man. Nothing too much going on, man. Just looking forward to the weekend and stuff. So, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Really getting ready for Backlash. I'm very excited for the draft. I always like doing the unscripted draft. The unscripted where we talk about the draft. So that's always a boatload of fun to do, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it, man. So that's exciting. That's exciting. But yes, I'm not excited to talk about our first story because it is annoying. But we'll talk about that in just a second. But yeah, other than that, man, as Durante always asks, I'm doing good. And what about you, Durante? Call of Zombies, Logan, my homie Bell. How the hell are you guys doing, man? And thank you guys. You guys know the drill, man. Thank you guys as always for being here and hanging out with us, bro. So, um, man. So, yes. Yeah, I know. The draft. It,
Oh yeah,
it
for sure.
does come up quick, but I just would like if they did it the second week after Mania. Like how they used to
Like,
do the superstar shakeup. Um,
not exactly. Like, I don't think you need Backlash to be like the, Mania ending, like, feuds and whatnot. Just do it the Raw after.
yeah,
Just have that show be that special where it's like a pay-per-view level event. You know what I mean?
right.
Because it should be. It's Raw after WrestleMania.
Right. Either the yeah, I would like the Raw after Mania, but I also would like I think the second week would work too. Like
Oh,
how they, like the second Raw after Mania. I think that would be nice
no,
too,
that's
but
what I'm
like,
talking about.
oh, you said the Raw after Mania.
Yeah, I meant like as like the special, like how they do with Backlash, where they make it like what ends all the Mania feuds that are left over after Mania. They usually succumb it at Backlash, but I'm saying just do that instead of doing it at Backlash, do it at the Raw after Mania right after.
Oh, I get. Oh, okay. Like end everything at
Yeah,
the Raw after Mania
yeah,
instead.
and
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. It doesn't need like because now we're in a spot where we have to drag out like new feuds until Backlash, but then it's kind of confusing where they go from there. But I don't know. It's in a weird spot. It is. It's in a bit of a weird spot because, um, yeah, like I said, like it's just I don't know. I would just like if they did it, like 2 weeks after Mania, and I would like that personally. But I mean, it is what it is. But I do like, just being around the time of the draft and stuff like that. It's usually very exciting. Hopefully, we get a better draft than what we got last year because last year's draft, they just threw shit to the wall, made no sense whatsoever. At least make it look like it, make it look legitimate. Again, I hate to bring up this analogy because it was almost a year ago. In what fucking realm of the real world do fucking the Street Profits get drafted before the Intercontinental Champion Gunther. How does that make any
Like,
sense?
that's the thing. Like last year, most of the picks ended up being fine. It was just the production of it. Like, bro, what? Why is it like that? Why is it in this fucked ass order?
Yeah. It makes absolutely no sense. And this year, I think it'll be a lot better with like the general managers and whatnot. I think that'll add a cooler feel to it, because what was one of like everybody's favorite drafts, 2016. I mean, that was the only time they did a draft before they switched to the shake-up. But, which, don't even get me started on that fucking horrible concept. But bro just comes out on the show and he's there. Good Lord. But the thing is, it had a different, 2016 had a different atmosphere, because you had general managers and you had commissioners standing up at each podium, and it gave off that they were actually fighting to fucking get the very best in the draft. And the draft order made sense. You know what I mean? This past year, they were just like, well, we want him here, so put him here, and then we want this guy here, even though guy B would most likely in any fucking realm of the real world get drafted before guy A. We'll just put him here because we want him on SmackDown and we want him on Raw. It made no sense, bro. It made no sense. But we actually do have a little bit of news on the draft and their plans, and we have a little bit of news on the WWE champion, and I guess where he will reside from now on, I guess, or whatever the case is. We'll get there when we talk to it, or when we talk about it. But
Oh, really?
yeah, honestly, see, with the draft, I never understood why people never take that into like account either, or it's like even when they called Tiffany Stratton up, I was so shocked they didn't put her on Monday Night Raw, because she's with Ludwig, so
Yeah.
that never made any sense to me. But yeah, I mean, good old wrestling fans, bro, good old wrestling fans. Well, to be fair, Bo, those people don't really know much of what a relationship is anyway, so
No,
they
exactly.
probably aren't, they're not really the most educated in that field. So I could see why that's a complete non-factor to these people. But WrestleMania 41, man. WrestleMania 41. Actually, this starts with WrestleMania 41, but Nick Khan kind of ties in WrestleMania in general to this whole thing. So man, we got a bunch of news, obviously, regarding WrestleMania 41, man, and WrestleMania in general. So, over the past week, Nick Khan, I guess, did some sort of interview with SBJ Congress of Sports, where he would do a little talking about WrestleMania. He would do a little bit of talking about WrestleMania, man, and this sparked a lot. This sparked a lot of talking points. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. I guess they are just dating.
They probably do got to be married to be like put together 24/7, the same roster. That's probably like their rule.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That is true. That is true. So, anyways, Nick Khan sparked a lot of talking points while his recent interview on WrestleMania, and man, so Dave Meltzer was recapping what Nick Khan said on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, and this seems to be their plans going into WrestleMania, and I guess WrestleMania as a whole. This we'll talk about just Mania 41 in a second, but in terms of just their outlook on WrestleMania weekend, he says, okay, so he talked about WrestleMania next year, and basically they did not announce WrestleMania because they have not finalized the location. But in terms of changing the weekend, he does not want to go against the Final Four anymore because Saturday went head to head with the Final Four, and then the home to show, the Raw, what? And anyway, the Raw after, bro, what is wrong with this dude? Okay, let me put this into normal people talk. And then the Raw after Mania went head to head with the finals. And even though it did a fantastic number, the outlook is it would have done an even better number if it would not have gone up against the finals. So looks like it's probably going to be moved up a week, or it looks like it's probably going to be moved up a week or so, maybe more, but probably a week or so, unless they try to avoid Easter. So that could make it. I haven't looked at the calendar for last year. So with that, yesterday, Sean Sapp of Fightful would go on to talk about how the possibility of WrestleMania taking place in May has been broached. How we feeling about this, bro?
First of all, I have a question. I might sound stupid when I ask this,
Okay.
but I'm okay to sound stupid. What is the Final Four?
The Final Four is the NCAA tournament. So they go the Sweet 16. So the number is based off how many teams are left in the tournament. So they got the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, the Final Four, and then the finals.
No offense, but who's gonna choose NCAA basketball over WrestleMania? First of all.
There are.
I get
it is a huge thing.
It is. I've actually seen a lot of it, but like, if you're watching Mania, you're gonna watch Mania. If you weren't watching Mania, you weren't gonna watch it. It's one of those things where, like, it's Mania. If you don't watch it, it's because you weren't gonna watch it, in a way. That makes sense. But it's just me. I don't really think you need to worry about the competition with that, because it's kind of two whole separate things. But I get it. You don't want competition of any sort. So that's okay. I respect it. The weekend change will be weird if they are moving it. That shit'll be fucking some freaky ass weird shit. But I'm okay with it. I mean, it makes sense. But yeah, the weekend move, if it's just the part we're talking about now, it's gonna be weird. It's definitely gonna be weird, but it's not like bad. Especially if they do move it like after, when they usually do, it'll be in May. That might be a little better when it comes to terms of weather, because apparently wrestling fans don't know what a winter or just a light breeze jacket is.
See, the thing is, in terms of, so WrestleMania, just speaking off facts, WrestleMania has always taken place from late March to about the 10th of April, right? About that range, right? So late March, I think the earliest one they ever did was like March 20th. And then the latest one they ever did was around like the April 10th range. And I understand May, especially because if you bring this thing to Minnesota, I understand in May you're looking at better weather, but it's overall not much different.
Yeah.
It's like you're not. I feel like WWE's going into this thinking if we do this in May, we're gonna get like 80 fucking 5 degrees and it's gonna be beautiful weather. There's there's a lot of things that go into this, right? Because so if I want to talk about the first part, the part about the Final Four, if I want to talk about the Final Four, realistically, you're only going up against one night of the Final Four, and then your Raw after. I get your Raw after Mania is going up against the finals of March Madness. I get it. I get, you don't want that to, go up against the finals of something, but realistically, it's only going up against one night of the Final Four, and like Meltzer says, they did good numbers. They just want the numbers to be better, but it's like, I don't know. I like Mania where it is right now, and maybe that's just the tradition in me, right? Maybe that's just the tradition in me of just having Mania always around this time. And maybe it will be nice in May. But I don't know, man. I just don't like, I don't know. It just sounds weird to me. And then you got to take into account too things building up to WrestleMania. I like a long build, but the Royal Rumble winner and their whole feud going into WrestleMania, usually by the time we get to Mania, it's like, okay, it's been 2 months since the Royal Rumble. We've went through all of February and all of March. It's time for, these two to get in the ring. Usually we got about a 7 to 8 week period of build. If you count Elimination Chamber, you're looking at about 4 weeks of build. But, usually if the Royal Rumble winner picks their champion by then, you're getting about, again, 6 to 7 to 8 weeks of build. Do we really want to add another 4 weeks onto that? You know what I mean? Because for the Elimination Chamber winner, they're getting about 8 weeks of build if we're doing a one in May. The Royal Rumble winner is looking at about 12. And I know a couple years ago they were talking about moving the Royal Rumble to February. So maybe that's an option they explore. But again, these are options that just don't really sound that intriguing to me. I like things how they are. I like the Rumble at the end of January. And I like Mania in the beginning of April.
I do.
And I do understand, wanting to bring, Mania to the East Coast, but you can't really bring it a lot of places in April because of the cold. I do get it, and I do get, you want, just better weather in general. But to be honest, dude, these people in Philadelphia, first of all, if you're from Philadelphia, why the fuck did you not bring the proper clothing to the show so that you're not fucking freezing your ass off?
Dude, that's what's pissed me off so much. Like, bro, just wear a jacket. You're all right, bro. You're standing there, fucking probably scarfing down junk food. Your body's probably fucking heating up from the fucking trash you're digesting. Just fucking wear a jacket. It's not that hard. And if I was WWE, that's your perfect fucking business idea. Just sell a fuck ton of like hoodies and jackets at your merch stands. So dumb motherfuckers they didn't bring them will go buy them. That's even more merch money you're getting because fucking people don't know how to bring a jacket. So like, oh, at least they're selling a bunch of them. Let me just grab one so I'm not too cold during Mania. It's Mania. Why not?
Yeah.
Bro, it's if anything, that's a smart business thing. You get people to buy shit because they're too stupid to bring it themselves. It's like the cold release. I've never even heard of fans being too cold of a Mania until this year that they're complaining about it. How many times has it been in a colder area and it's never been an issue?
Yeah. Yeah. So that, yeah, that's very true. That's very true, Logan. And it's like, dude, you're going to Philadelphia. You're going to the East Coast. You're going somewhere east where it's colder. That it is what it is. It's a colder area. It's like, dude, like Logan says, like these people that are saying we don't want to be cold when we go on vacation. Aha, we're back. Okay. I apologize. I apologize for that. Wow. Getting some broken news. See this news about Seth?
No, I actually haven't at all. I didn't get a notification yet. Hopefully my Wi-Fi fucking up.
He has underwent surgery to repair his torn meniscus. So
Yeah.
looks like he might be out a minute.
Yeah, probably. God damn it. Hope the best, man. Hope the recovery goes well.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, man. Well, we'll get to that in just a second, but yeah, yeah, it's like I get it, I get it, you do want better weather, and who knows, man, maybe it will turn out good, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that fits into WWE's whole schedule with the way they like to do things, like I said, like the Rumble and all that stuff. I don't know that all that stuff fits well together.
No, exactly. It's weird. It's weird. It's a weird ass situation with Mania. It's a fucking discourse I've never seen with WrestleMania until now. And it's just kind of annoying to watch unfold.
For sure. For sure, man. So, yeah, looks like Mania and Mania 41 are being discussed for the month of May, which, I mean, I know we're going through a lot of changes in WWE, so get ready for anything. Get ready for anything, man. But I get they don't want to go up head to head with the Final Four, and I mean, they are, playing to people that do watch, wrestling and March Madness, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just it's hard. It's hard to look at. It is. It's hard to look at because it's one of those things. I feel like it sounds weird, but it's one of those things, man. It's kind of like you never know until you try it. So maybe once it happens, it will be good. But again, like I said, there could be a part of me, and I feel like there might be, that thinks it's just weird because that's never how I've been used to it. And I do understand, business wise, it will open up a lot more. It will open up a lot more. It will open up a lot more business opportunities and markets that WWE hasn't went to, because majority WrestleManias on the West Coast. I'm sorry, that sounds horrible. I absolutely hated the look of WrestleMania 31. How damn the whole entire fucking show took place in the daytime. I hated that look. I Philadelphia this year was perfect. First quarter of the show, you're getting like sunlight, and then as you're going into the second quarter, man, it's like sunset, and then the third and fourth quarter of the show, it's dark. I like that. I like that a lot. But I hated the look of WrestleMania 31. How it was just fucking, how it was daytime the whole entire time, and Bray Wyatt had to come out in sunlight. I hated that. I hated that look. I really, really did. It was awful. It really was. But again, it could be one of those things that is bad because it just sounds horrible, Or it could be one of those things where, you might have to try it first. The only thing that concerns me is maybe an overly long build for WrestleMania. That's the only thing that concerns me, to be honest.
Definitely, man. That definitely can be a concern on how they deal with, all that. They'll probably find a way to do it, but it'll definitely be a weird culture shock for sure.
Definitely. Definitely, man. So, with that, moving on. Nick Khan went also to talk about how their model is looking for WrestleMania in terms of their choice of venue. So Nick Khan states the future of WrestleMania going forward as they're changing tactics with their approaches. He says, going in early April at an outdoor stadium on the East Coast, assume you're not going to see that again. Going up against the Final Four Saturday night games, assume you're not going to see that again. End quote. Ooh.
Yeah, it's like, come on, bro. Come on, all because people don't know how to wear jackets.
This
Wild.
is one thing, to be honest, that I'm glad everybody is getting hip to, and not everybody, but majority of new stadiums are getting hip to the idea of a dome, right? An indoor stadium, or at least something with a fucking retractable roof. At least, because, again, I think this is super bogus to the East Coast because, again, if you're coming to the fucking East Coast, prepare for an East Coast weather. Prepare for East Coast weather. And maybe this is just somebody who's used to being in the cold, sounding, a bit, maybe sounding a bit harsh because we're used to this weather. And I know there's some people that aren't, but dude, again, you're coming to the fucking East Coast. Prepare for the weather. Dress properly. Okay? There are fans that go to NFL stadiums in a fucking blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sitting there in their fucking, in their blankets, 10 hoodies. They might be skinny under all that, but on a TV camera, they look like a fucking wrestling fan. It looks like a bunch of wrestling fans are at the fucking football show because they're wearing 10 jackets. Prepare for the weather. However, though, I can see this from their perspective of they want people to be comfortable. I can see it. I can see it. I do. I do see their point of view. But again, just coming from somebody that lives and that is, used to colder weather when we do get it, prepare, okay? We stood outside for a fucking hour and a half because we got the wrong time for the SmackDown doors opening. We thought the SmackDown doors opened at the wrong time. We pulled up at like 4:15. Fucking doors didn't open until like 5:45 damn near. And we were standing out in the fucking cold for like an hour and a fucking half. And did I even dress properly? No, I didn't. But for majority of the time, I was just standing there. Now, as time went on, that shit took a hit on me. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
It did.
I'm freezing my ass off.
But that's a different story because we were standing out there in November.
Yeah.
Oh, this man Logan, don't even get me started. This man Logan was acting like he was standing out in 80-degree weather. He's standing there with his hands in his pockets, just fucking looking around like nothing's going on. I'm looking at him like, you motherfucker. I'm like, bro, that's how I know Minnesota's a different animal because that shit was
so fucked.
Now then again, the next night, I brought my bigger jacket, right? So I was fine then, but I didn't expect to be standing out there for a fucking hour and a half. I don't know, man.
And we scheduled the time difference when we were pulling up and all of that. We changed our method because we didn't realize how long we'd be standing out there. Yeah, it was cold. Guess what? I was on Twitter complaining, "Oh, fucking never do this again." Like, bro, it's my fault. I was cold. That's okay. It was the fans' fault. They were cold. You went to a cold city, to be outside. What do you think you're gonna be? You're gonna be fucking cold.
Get
They
some
might as well sell fucking blankets too.
hand warmers. Fucking go to Home Depot and buy a fucking heated jacket or some shit. I don't fucking know. Figure it out. Get some heated drawers or something. I don't know. Figure this shit out.
Again, again, if I was WWE, I'd be selling that shit like a motherfucker if it was a colder Mania location. I'm out there, I'm selling hoodies, I'm selling blankets. Fuck it. I'll get CM Punk hand warmers for these fucking marks. They'll buy them. They'll
They will.
fucking buy that shit up.
They
It's
will.
more money. It's a better system. If anything, you could squeeze these fans on even more money. So like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's annoying that it literally just takes simple. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's people that live in Chicago their whole lives, and every year they forget how to drive in the winter. So I mean, it happens. People are just the general public is not
Stupid.
as intelligent as most people like to think.
Yes.
So that is true. But like, it's just fucking annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I get it. I do see both sides. I see the sides of, again,
Yeah,
somebody who is used to cold weather, and normally it doesn't really phase me, again, unless I'm standing out in fucking 30-degree weather for an hour and a half. Then it's eventually gonna take it, especially when I'm standing out there in a fucking hoodie. So anyways, not the point, but I get it. But I also get why WWE wants to do something a little different in terms of weather for WrestleMania. So I do get it. You know, it's just something that I'm accustomed to. So really kind of speaking for myself, if I'm being honest. But now for the news for Mania 41 specifically. Nick Khan, on the same interview, SBJ's World Congress of Sports, stated that Las Vegas is one of the cities being considered for WrestleMania 41. Well, let me. Now I could see that as well. I could see that. I could see that as well. You know,
yeah.
WWE wants it in May because you know what they say: April showers bring May flowers. So it's gonna rain a lot in April. And I'm assuming since you live in the UK, you know it probably does rain a lot in April because it rains quite a bit out here in April as well. So I do understand that, and I do understand that. And like I said, I understand the idea of bringing it in May because generally it's going to attract people. Okay. Well,
Yeah. God damn.
we're a bit rocky at the moment in terms of connection, so
Never fails. Always something. We haven't had this shit for like 2 years.
literally.
Like
Yeah,
a
it's
year
literally
and
been
a
fine
half.
for like the better part of a year and a half. Okay, anyway, I think we're back on track now. But I do get it. You know, again, either like I said, and this year I think at Philadelphia was very showing. You got the hardcore of hardcores, or you got the dumbest of dumb that wanted to dress nice to the wrestling show instead of dressing properly to the wrestling show. So I get it, and I get.
Like, bro,
I do get
yeah,
both
man.
sides. I do.
No, exactly. Like, you don't gotta dress to impress, bro. You gonna impress Big Bertha. Like, it's a bunch of wrestling fans, bro. What do you expect? You ain't impressing the ones in the ring. I hate to break it to you. But, like, just dress prepared. If it's fucking 52 degrees out, just wear a fucking jacket. Bring a pair of gloves. That's all you need. If it's
Exactly.
fucking, yeah, if
Bring
it's
them
65,
gloves.
some people just have a horrible memory with that. I don't know who, but I think I did too, so I can't even talk
Yeah,
shit.
forgot my
But
gloves twice.
but but like, yeah, if it's fucking 65 and up, you're probably, at least to me, I'd be probably fine. But like, bro, it's 52 degrees outside. Just wear a jacket. That's all you need.
Literally. I don't understand. But yes, Nick Khan states that Las Vegas is one of the cities being considered for WrestleMania 41. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the odds? What are the odds? And see, it is very sad, to be honest, bro, because for the love of God, that was going to be such a huge week for the podcast, bro. And I was so excited. I was so fucking excited for the shows, and I had so many ideas. Um, and those ideas will come to fruition. We could just be looking at them happening a year later. So 2026, which sucks. Obviously, it's all right. Gives you more time to save and stuff like that. So I'm trying to look at the positives here. I'm trying to look at we'll have more time to save for better seats. I'll have better to put forth into the podcast. The podcast will have another year to develop before we go into that big weekend. So I'm trying to look at those things. I'm trying to look at those things to keep the spirits up, but it is one thing that sucks because another thing that really fucking sucks, and this are some of the bigger negatives for me. A Bray Wyatt Hall of Fame induction. I really fucking wanted to be there for that. And fucking a final John Cena run. I wanted to be there for both of those things because two of those guys are on my Mount Rushmore. And damn. And that's the thing. That's the thing that annoys me. That's the thing that annoys me too is I feel like Minnesota. I feel like Minnesota will get 42 if it doesn't get 41. But the thing that shocks me here is I thought that Minnesota was like fucking signed, sealed, and delivered at this point. So
I would assume so.
it doesn't make any sense why WWE would say, well, Minnesota's maybe the higher bidder, but we want to go to Vegas because it's a better market. Or it's a bigger market. What the fuck? Since when do you guys go with the better moral option than the better financial option?
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, yeah, the show will probably like look pretty cool. And I also heard rumors if they do Vegas, we could get Raw and SmackDown in that big dome that they got now, which would be insane. But
Oh,
bro,
that'd be pretty crazy.
it'd be pretty dope. But like, just do that 42. It's okay. You can wait. The Rock can wait a year, bro. He can wait a year. Let him film a bunch of fucking movies in the goddamn meantime and come back to it. A Rock and Cody match, trust me, it's not that needed. It can wait. But it's just annoying, dude, because, like you said, I thought it was set in stone until this point. But, I guess until it is announced, it could always change. I think even sometimes when it gets announced, technically it can change. So it's a very likely option at this point that it was changed to Las Vegas. And if we aren't getting a fucking Minnesota one, like Logan might say at this point, which I very much hope not, I still think we are getting 42. But if we aren't, shit, we about to make that 26-hour drive to Las Vegas.
Holy fuck. Is it actually 26 hours? Holy shit.
That's crazy. I looked it up. It's a 26-hour drive from Chicago to Las Vegas. It'll be a nice road trip. We go through Omaha. We go through Denver. It's gonna be a nice road trip.
Yes, if I don't fucking fall asleep behind the fucking wheel. I'll need a lot of these.
That's all your
Golly.
fucking small places. It'll be a year from now. It'll be good. I'll be able to hop in that seat.
So, oh Lord. Not with your
What?
road rage. I don't know if we'll make it through.
Oh yeah, but we'll be in buttfuck nowhere, so there'll be no one to rage at. Think
Fair.
about it. If you only get to the big cities, you take the wheel.
I don't know, man. I don't know,
Look
but
at this setup.
they're looking at Las Vegas, and there's negatives to positives for it. Of course, the one fucking year we actually want to go to WrestleMania, fucking everything just gets fucked. The one fucking year, the 1 year we want to go to Mania, there's controversy on two cities and where it's gonna be. Good fucking lord. But
Never fucking fails, dude.
I am happy to announce. Now again, this was said multiple times, but the ongoing rumor is that the site for WrestleMania 41 is going to formally be announced next month. I'm assuming
Let's hope
France. I'm assuming
Backlash, yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming Backlash is when they're going to finally tell us what is going on at this point. So, I don't know. But either that or King of the Ring. We still have that in May. So.
That is true. We do have that in mind.
Damn, hold on. Wait a minute. WWE has Backlash on the 4th. 3 weeks later, they have King of the Ring on the 25th. And then another 3 weeks later, they have Clash on the 15th of June. I just realized how close. And then another 3 weeks later, they got Money in the Bank on the 6th. And then finally we have a 4-week gap till SummerSlam. Golly, it just dawned on me how close all those were. You guys are going to be getting Notorious Heels podcast up the ass this summer.
Exactly. It's going to be nice. But you know what? Guess what we drive through on that 26 hours out to Las Vegas?
Bro, why are you still talking about this, bro? Oh, okay.
We drive through Davenport. Well, kind of around it, but still. I'm able to pick somebody up on the way there. He's not already at Vegas by that time in WrestleMania 42. But it's interesting, dude. Very interesting. Hopefully we don't get fucked out of WrestleMania. At least 41. At the end of the day, at least if we at least get 42, I will be okay. I will be okay. Like you said, it gives more money to save. I might be able to buy a new phone in the meantime while I'm saving up for Mania because this thing's fucking fried like a motherfucker.
Yeah, my phone is cooked.
So maybe.
My phone
No, dude, my
battery
shit
is so cooked.
Dude, I gotta check the fucking life battery on it because that shit's gotta be absolutely insane. But, like, it's okay. It's just annoying because a lot of things around Mania 41, like you mentioned, like the Wyatt stuff and the Cena stuff was something I would have really loved to see and to be a part of. And now we might not be able to see that live, and I don't know what we will get with our accompanying Mania.
Yeah. Definitely. So it looks like it's finally going to be announced next month, and hopefully they actually stay 10 toes down on that one and actually give us a godforsaken announcement finally, because again, of course, the one Mania we're looking into going still has not been announced, and it's probably going to happen in under a year. Even though if it happened, WWE likes to do a year in advance. So if they announce in May, I wouldn't be shocked if they announce WrestleMania 41 in Minnesota for early May. I would not put it past them, because there's no way they announce it for April at this point. There's no way, because they usually like to give a year heads up.
It's interesting, man. It's interesting to see how they'll do it. I think we'll know. Obviously, I think we'll know by Backlash weekend, but it's very intriguing, man. And Logan, you'll probably be in Las Vegas yourself, or Minnesota, back in Minnesota, technically, if it's 2026. So you never know. Look up.
Never know, man. You never know. So, Speaking of more Nick Khan, during this same interview, Nick Khan has confirmed that for the time being, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series will continue to broadcast live from the United States and Canada, at least for the foreseeable future. So, the Big Four looks like they're not coming to any international venues anytime soon, man. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like this model.
Okay, I respect it.
Kind of. Because I like how they do keep it grounded they do keep some shows grounded to the US because they are a US based promotion. But I like how they give every other pay-per-view an international feel.
I like that. It makes all the special for feel special at the same time in their own way, which is it is a good system at the end of the day.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I wouldn't like a Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series in international markets, but I do like how WWE gives every other pay-per-view to international markets. Now,
I do like that.
If they want to make Payback and Fastlane interesting, I swear to fucking God, do not bring those to wherever you brought them last year. I think Indianapolis and Pittsburgh. No, those need to, if you want to add any intrigue to those go international too. And the only 4 pay-per-views, that way it's fair, because sure, the US gets the Big 4, but that's all we get. Therefore, you're drawing a more hardcore fan base to those markets because you're bringing people out, because people in the US aren't used to getting pay-per-views like we used to. That way, when we do, you're getting people from other states coming in to go to these events, and you're not just getting a Chicago crowd. You're getting a Chicago crowd plus hardcores from other states like Logan,
Exactly.
So I like that concept. Now, again, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I wouldn't like to see Mania in the UK. I wouldn't like to see fucking SummerSlam in Mexico. I wouldn't like to see Royal Rumble in Wales, I'm not saying that. I would like to see that stuff, of course. But I like how those are the only ones the US gets. But like I said, all they need to do to change that is their little Payback and Fastlane. Those need to be international markets too, I believe. So I do like it, but I would like to see this model change.
No, exactly. Make as many international as you can that aren't like the big ones. And like you said, the big ones, I would love it. I would love it occasionally, but the standard would be keeping those ones in the US, and I like that.
And see, it would be nice for the fans of like the UK, but the thing is, you guys make the show, right? So do they need a big show? They don't, because you could bring fucking Fastlane to London and the show will be fire because it's in the UK, and nobody will give a shit if it's Fastlane because you guys just bring that energy, So it's easy for WWE to lean on those markets to make the show 10 times better, because would anybody give a fuck about Backlash last year? No.
Fuck no.
If Backlash, look at Fastlane and Payback. Shows turned out all right because they're on American soil and the shows were just blah. But on the opposite end of that, look at how Money in the Bank and Backlash turned out. Backlash turned out fucking amazing, and it was in Puerto Rico. What was the other international one they did?
Saudi?
Oh no, it was only Backlash and Money in the Bank, and Saudi Arabia, but yeah, Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank usually Money in the Banks are always okay because they have the Money in the Bank ladder match to lean on, but that London crowd took that show from fucking here to hear just because they were the London crowd.
Literally, did amazing just for the crowd alone.
So, yeah, I think that's what they need to do. And as for, WrestleMania and SummerSlams and stuff like that, yeah. Yeah, the Royal Rumble crowd, the Double or Nothing crowd absolutely has no excuse, but the Royal Rumble crowd, I did hear that the crowd was good, the building just sucks. I hear nothing but horrible things about the acoustics and the just horrible nature of Tropicana Field. I legitimately hear, so the crowd may have not been that bad for, it may not have been that bad. It honestly may have just been the acoustics for that one, but, yeah, I don't know, man, because every other baseball field they've been to, been decent, but Tropicana Field, whew, those acoustics were rough.
They're really fucking rough.
And I legitimately do hear that is like actually one of the worst stadiums in terms of acoustics. Like in the world.
Yeah, I think they mentioned that. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. So, yeah. That is the news on WWE bringing their big four to nowhere but the U.S., man. Looks like those are staying in the U.S. So, it is what it is, man. And hopefully it's only a matter of time until Chicago gets a SummerSlam, because good Lord.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully.
Speaking of changes in WWE, the draft. Well, before we get to the draft, it looks like Cody Rhodes has been moved to SmackDown, at least for now. That, obviously this could all change in the draft, but at least for now, according to WWE.com, Cody Rhodes is listed as a SmackDown superstar.
Interesting. I like the way they're doing it, man, and I mean it makes sense. You want to change things up and probably I feel like they're gonna wanna keep that title on that brand, at least so far. That's what it's looking like.
For sure, being that the other brand does have a world champion. I mean, it is. He is quite the champion, but quite the choice of a champion. But they do have one nonetheless.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
But anyways, so Fightful Select has learned that Raw and SmackDown roster members will be eligible to be drafted to NXT in the 2024 draft as a part of the renewed focus to establish NXT as WWE's third brand. And it also looks like Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov are confirmed for the draft. But with this news, who's to say one of those guys don't get drafted to fucking NXT? Imagine they draft Dragunov to fucking NXT. Imagine what a dud that would be.
Oh, girl, if I was one of them and I got drafted back down to NXT and I wasn't like a fucking Ricochet, oh, dude, I'd be fucking furious. Like, I don't want to be back down. It's not a third brand. I hate to break it to people nowadays. It's not. It's developmental. Let it be developed. It's okay to be developmental.
I see a lot of that chatter, Bell. I thought Judgment Day was going to go to SmackDown last year. Obviously, that wasn't the case. I don't know, man. I don't know. I could see, WWE doesn't got color-coded titles anymore. So you could see the World Heavyweight Champion on the same brand as the women's WWE Women's Champion. We could see a bunch of cool stuff. I thought Judgment Day was going to be moved to SmackDown last year. Obviously, that wasn't the case. Obviously, that wasn't the case, but I could see it. I could see them staying on Raw. I think they got a pretty decent draft ahead of them this year, man. But this is interesting because, like I said, Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes, I guess, are locks for this year's draft, and they're locks for this year's draft. And I don't know. NXT needs to be used as a feeder system, and it does not need to be looked at as a third brand. This is not black and gold.
No,
This is not
it's
black
not.
and gold. Even with black and gold, you know, I wasn't really the biggest fan of main roster guys coming down unless they completely got a complete overhaul, like Finn,
Mhm.
you know, when he came
Yeah.
back down and became the Prince. I was never really too big fan of that anyway. So I don't know. Not much of a fan. Not much of a fan on Durante, bro. Don't do my man like that, man. God
Don't
damn
do
it,
that to me,
Durante.
bro. Don't do that to me, bro.
What they need to do is get
Anyway,
out of that fucking DX cosplay gear and figure out or focus on being themselves before we worry about
literally.
anything. But anyway, yeah, man. I mean, you know, uh what was I saying? Oh, it's not a third brand. People don't need to go down there unless they are in like the fucking do or die era of their career where it's either you need to
Like,
figure it out or
get
get
booted. Like,
released.
look at
Yeah.
Corbin. Corbin was the perfect person to
Yes.
go back down. He needed it. They put a tagline behind him like 5 different times on the main roster. He went down and he just became Baron Corbin. And he's
Wrestling
good and
God.
he's nice down there. He truly is, bro. Fucking Okada who. But and he's doing fine he's doing good for himself down there. That's the type of, going down that should happen. Not fucking just people getting just drafted to NXT.
Yeah.
That sucks. That's horrible mentality.
I agree. I agree. Like for example, one of these, you know how I always talk about like the work rate group of like those guys in Monday Night Raw? Those guys are fine. Keep them up there. They put on bangers every week. Triple H puts them in there specifically to cater to the audience that loves their bangers. And you know, he's got the Ivars, the Ricochets, the Sheamuses, the Bronsons, Gable, Sammy, like those kind of guys, the guys in that, you know, kind of group. Keep them in there. Keep them in there, man. There's no need to be sending these people down to NXT. Again, unless they're fucking fighting to find a purpose in their career. Like, I see a lot of people complaining about Karrion Kross going back down to NXT. Bro, that man can't figure anything out for shit on the main roster. He can't. They can't figure out what to do with him. He's lost. So if you need to send him down to NXT, is it sad? Yeah, but can it help them find their purpose?
It
Yeah.
can. It very well can. The man is a fucking. He's a card mixed in with a whole 2 decks of cards thrown in a fucking needle in a haystack. Dude is lost. He needs to find his way, and like you said, at the end of the day, he might be the perfect candidate to go back down. Yeah, because he's great. They just need to find a flaw. Because, yeah, would I love for him to be, the pre-release or pre-gladiator Vince, Cross,
Yeah,
Prime NXT Cross? I would,
dude.
but you can't just go back on a gimmick like that without being like, oh, look at that, he just had to go back to his old gimmick.
Yeah.
You do gotta evolve it. Send him down to NXT. Let him evolve into something that isn't the Final Testament, please. And at the end of the day, to be honest, same thing with the AOP, dude. I don't think the group worked out together. I love the AOP. They're one of my best big guy tag teams I've ever watched. Haven't watched many, but they're one of my favorites. I'd send them down there too. Let them find their way on their own, because I really think they can. Especially, they got Paul Ellering. He's going to be with them. He's down to do the travel, so use them. Use those three as those three.
Definitely. Definitely, man. But looks like those are the plans for the upcoming draft. And yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know
And
Ivar was in NXT. I didn't
I
even know
was seeing clips of him doing shit, just moving.
Yeah,
Fuck
but
that, I'd rather him be a normal person than fucking Viking. Like, yeah, and when they were originally NXT, the Viking gimmick was cool. But once he got to Vince, man, that man was
Yep.
a Viking.
because they were
Like,
like
bro, just
they were like those like they were like biker Vikings, if that makes any sense.
they were just like those people you see on social media that like just do that like Viking style of like lifestyle,
Yeah.
and that was it. But Vince made them
Oh,
legit Vikings. Like, bro, what? Why do you make them emo? Dude, the emo Raiders is so bad.
they're horrible.
Please go back to being. They can't be War Machine, obviously. Just being back to Viking. What is their name now? I don't even know their tag team
The
name.
Viking Raiders.
Viking Raiders. Okay. What was their original NXT name?
War
Was it the
Raiders.
Viking? The War. Go back to being the War Raiders, please. It's such a. You don't need to put Viking in the name, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that was doomed from the moment Vince heard the fucking name Viking. He was like, "Oh, they're Vikings."
Vikings.
When they come
Comes to mind.
back, they need to be what was essence of the War Raiders. They need to be more of that like biker vibe Viking
Mhm.
kind of about
Yeah.
them. But you don't got to put Viking in their names. They need to go back to doing the war chant, because that was fucking that is just dude, that is just such a good that is so good for marketing for them and whatnot. I mean, bro, that is
Yeah.
just an amazing chant, and it's so fun to do. The war
Imagine
chant.
marketing a war games around them while they do that war chant. That would be dope. That would be insane. They already did it. That shit was dope. When we went to that takeover, bro, I really remember one of our favorite parts after that weekend was when we were doing the war chant.
And they
Because
weren't
it was
even
that
on the
dope.
takeover. They were on the
They weren't.
they were on
They
the
were on the
NXT recording.
They were exactly. They were on that pre-taped episode of the post show,
Yeah.
fucking NXT, and we were marking. It was one of the best parts about that experience was them on that pre-recorded show. Like, come on, bro.
Dude, remember their theme song, bro?
I
Oh.
think they could pick up on the word chance. I think they could.
I
Maybe
th- I
to be
think
honest, the crowds are more likely to pick up on that type of shit nowadays. Because
yeah.
if it was like 2018, they'd have never been singing like Seth's theme song or nothing like that. Maybe, but now that's really like a thing. That's like a cool thing in wrestling all over nowadays, where the crowd actually like engages like that. I think they would. You just gotta keep reminding fans. You gotta like make it a thing.
If the group gets over, if the group gets over, which they will, if you let them be what they were reminiscent in NXT, they'll pick up on the chant. Easy.
Oh, definitely, because people already love Ivar with the random shit he does
Yeah.
with the way they move. They see both of those two doing what they were doing in NXT. Let's get it.
Yeah, come on, Bell. They don't have pre-shows. They just have the 0 hours.
0 hour.
Yeah, because they're getting
Because
0 hours of pay-per-view time.
the zero people are fucking watching that shit. Good God.
Yeah, but yeah. And I remember when Rowe got hurt, Hanson
Mhm.
put in the comments to his post. He put in the comments, "I can't wait for everybody to see what our tag team name is when you come back. They need to be the War Raiders, and they need." I get maybe Triple H figures the boat may have sailed on calling them Hanson and Rowe. And, Eric and Ivar, the names suck, but people are used to calling them that by now, so
I
compared to,
think you could get away with the name change, to be honest. I think you could.
yeah, you can. So, there is that, but yeah, so you got something with them. You got some with them, but please don't be sending all these people down to NXT, bro, because it's just fucking unnecessary. It really is. It's not a third brand. It needs to be a feeder system. It needs to be a developmental system where you send people who are veterans that can help teach and that are lost in their own fucking career, go back down to NXT, and you got some good stuff going on there.
Exactly, bro.
Bell,
I think
bro,
Ricochet's
chill.
wild. That
Chill,
man should have
Bell.
gone to WWE, bro. I swear to God, he should
Oh, we'll
have.
get
But
to him. Oh, we will fucking get to him.
I think Ricochet's still happy with this draft, though, because I think his ass is saved with WWE speed. So I think he's all okay staying on the main roster. Speaking of speed, see, you know, I saw clips of a lot on speed. Our GOAT,
Okay.
Johnny Gargano. He's all over WWE speed, apparently.
I could see it. He caters
Oh,
to what
yeah.
Triple H is trying to cater to the AEW audience. No selling, quick.
But they hate Gargano. Well, it's because he
No
works for
way. Yeah, I
WWE.
was gonna say because
And it's because
when John Morrison debuted and Johnny came up on the Trons in AEW, they popped, and then they came
they
right
popped
back
up.
down when they realized it was John
Well,
Morrison.
the live crowd would have loved Gargano. AEW Twitter hates the guy because he works for a different company. He works for the Fed.
Well, they're gonna hate anybody. They're gonna hate anybody, man.
They're gonna hate everybody.
Yeah, anybody that works for the other side, man. Speaking of NXT, Shawn Spears, Fightful Select has confirmed that Shawn Spears has begun working as a producer on NXT as he produced 2 matches on Tuesday. Actually, I heard Cedric Alexander has been doing some producing on WWE Speed as well.
Yeah.
So
They hate me with them coach rules. God damn it.
he's probably getting the advice of how things run in AEW from his wife or his girlfriend or whatever she is, Big Swole.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Probably, hey, just don't do this and you guys will be fine. Greatest system ever.
This is good. This is good for Shawn Spears. He's doing good stuff. Veteran presence in that locker room, just like I was talking about. Veteran presence in the locker room. And I felt he went back there to be a coach and a producer, and I think this suits him way better. I honestly think this would suit anybody better than sitting fucking backstage in AEW with your dick in your hand and not doing
That role
anything
doesn't
with your
really
life.
exist in that company. So it makes sense to go to WWE to do it because it doesn't exist in AEW.
All these brilliant minds they fucking had. Shawn
Dude,
Spears could have helped. He's a veteran. Fucking William Regal's a veteran. All these fucking veterans you have, and you don't utilize any of it. We'll get to Tony Khan in a second. But I'm glad this is working out for Shawn Spears, and I figured this was the reason why he came back in the first place.
I feel like it. A mix of just wanting to wrestle when, if, it means something, and for the most part, just helping other people in their way. I like it. I respect it.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Some injury news, man. My boy Raul Mendoza, or you guys may know him as Cruz del Toro. Well, Mr. Cruz sent a message to the doctors in Birmingham, Alabama, thanking him for his latest surgery. He says a special thank you to Dr. McKeon and the team at Birmingham Surgery Center for their care. The surgery was a success. Thank you for your messages and support and good wishes. I will be back soon and better than ever. Like someone says, today is day one.
Don't know who says that, but
I never heard anybody say that, but okay. I want to wish him a speedy recovery, and I didn't even know he got injured until I seen the picture of him laying up with his forearm in a cast. So I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him that he's got to be put on the shelf. But I'm glad the surgery went well, and I hope he has a speedy recovery as always, man. So my boy Raul Mendoza.
Exactly. I wish the best speed of recovery, man. Like you said, I had no clue until I saw that news piece that, he was injured. I was like, wow. So there's that. But good, that he's, that it's getting done, and hopefully he'll be back soon, man.
Definitely. Definitely, bro. And speaking of some more injury news, the Wrestling Observer reports that Rhea Ripley, the speculation is that she could be out of action for 3 months. Damn.
Wow.
So,
Sucks, dude.
by July, so she should be back around SummerSlam time, I would think, if that's the timetable for her return. And hey, she's going away. At least we're not making the same mistake as the other company in keeping the guy on the fucking road, which is going to slow down his recovery process. But we'll get to that guy in a little bit. But I'm glad WWE wrote Rhea Ripley off television and to go get healed up. And it just sucks, man. What a freak accident, dude. You fucking slam into a wall and it fucks your shoulder up for 3 months. Just slamming into a fucking wall.
That's insane, man. You fucking drop at least 4 feet on the ground every day on that arm, and you're fine. And then you just get just fake slammed into a wall, and it's destroyed. The world's great. The human body is just something else, man.
Things could really, really happen at the worst time, bro. They really could happen at the worst time, man. And it sucks. And so unexpected, dude. It really is. So that's the news on. Where is it?
No, exactly. It sucks, man. I hope the best in her recovery, man.
Definitely, man. Okay. Definitely. So, more injury news. We kind of read it a little bit earlier, but we didn't really get into it. So, it is breaking news as of about an hour ago that Seth Rollins has officially underwent surgery to repair his torn meniscus on Tuesday. And his wife Becky Lynch revealed this on RTE. I have no idea what RTE is, but she revealed it on there. Damn.
Revealed it at the Notorious podcast. All I'm saying.
Yeah. Come on, Becky. What the fuck, man?
Should have been us. But
should have been me. Yeah. This sucks, bro. This sucks. I mean, it's good. He was working Mania. He was fine, but I feel we all know Rollins wasn't 100%. We all know he wasn't 100%, man. And this just sucks. This sucks that, he ended up having to do the surgery. I know this is something that MJF didn't want to do because physical therapy would have taken a lot less to heal the injury than actually going through with the surgery. But I'm sure it was a hard decision to make because I know Rollins was sitting at 3 to 4 months with the surgery, as to where the PT would have only taken about, what it took him 4 to 6 weeks, So I know what that's like to, opt to go with the physical therapy over because it just doesn't take as long. So it's definitely
the other side of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's gotta suck. It's gotta whoa. Are you calling
JT.
Rollins JT, my brother? What are you talking about, man? I love Seth. Seth Rollins' theme song is one of my only. Now I probably would have agreed with you when he first became World Heavyweight Champion, when people were just singing the song ad nauseum, but now I don't mind it.
No, yeah, it came in its own. I really like it. It's kind of wild. Maybe not my favorite from him. It's probably maybe number 3. But I love the thing. Where's all this hate coming from? Oh, I didn't see the question mark. Never mind, Logan. Never mind. Um, for I don't know if you guys get this, but when I get my chat, I have a little like emoji button that's right in
Same.
that corner, and it always covers that fuck what people put up. I can't read until someone puts the next one. So I did not see that question mark. I retract my statement, Logan. But the theme probably number three for me, Seth themes, but still phenomenal fucking theme. Def
Definitely.
Rebel's best work besides Romans.
They got, Def Rebels got 3 songs. That's all they got, bro. They got fucking Roman, Bobby, Seth.
Literally,
That's
that's
it.
like the only good three that are like recognizable to where when it hits, you're like, okay, this is blank.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, but yeah, he opted to go with the surgery, and I'm sure it was a hard decision, but it was definitely a good one. It was definitely a good one, man. And I'm glad he did it. I mean, it sucks he's gonna be out, but I'm glad he did it. And I hope he can get back as soon as possible.
No, exactly. I hope it's as fast as and soon as possible, man. I hope it all goes well.
For sure. For sure, man. So well, speaking of Seth Rollins, man, his wife, Becky Lynch, PW Insider is reporting that WWE is working to ensure Becky Lynch signs a new deal before her contract expires in 8 weeks. And with Bex, while we're on the topic, PW Insider is also reporting that Drew McIntyre's current WWE deal expires in 5 to 6 weeks, but because he is advertised going forward, the Wrestling Observer is reporting that it is believed that Drew McIntyre will sign a new deal with WWE because he is being advertised for shows that happen after his contract expiration, which is set to expire at the end of May. And obviously, Clash in Scotland is in June, so I'm sure
Oh,
sure we all
guys.
know where that's going.
Exactly. He's not going to AEW. I hate to break all the hearts of the marks, but I think all these like three people that have their contracts coming up, Seth, Becky, Drew, they're all staying in my opinion. All of them.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I actually heard there was a bunch of I heard there was a bunch of I heard there was a bunch of people that got contracts coming up this year, and um Ricochet might have been one of them. Let me see if I can
You know
find
his
it.
ass staying. That man loves working there.
Yeah, plus he's got Samantha Irvin, so, those
No,
two are dating,
exactly.
so I doubt he goes anywhere, but um yeah, it was something I seen. It was something I seen the other day. I'm not too sure, but I think Ricochet was on there and like Alexa Bliss. I know this year's a huge year for free agents. I do know that. So,
I'm sure. Yeah, I think I remember like 2 years ago we were all expecting this year to be pretty free agent heavy. This and next year I think are going to be two really free agent heavy years.
for sure. But yeah, man. So that it yeah, that's the news on when all their contracts are expiring, man. And to be honest, I think I also seen
Right.
Jinder was up this year, man. You guys think Jinder is going to work for Tony Khan, man?
Maybe, you know what? Maybe he'll see that schedule. He only got to work once every 3 weeks. He'll love
Exactly.
it, man. He might sign over there. He
Exactly.
might just take that bag.
Maybe he's not
Um,
in it for the grind.
maybe you know. Wait, no, he is in it for the grind. Remember, you got to prove that you are because you know what I mean. I don't know, but yeah, he's gotta. So he's running away from the grind.
I guess.
Fucking
I guess, man. But yes, in my
A.
opinion, man, I think Becky's staying. I think Rollins is staying. I think Drew's staying. I think majority of these free agents are staying. Now, if AEW was where they were in 2021, this year would be about to get real fucking interesting. But
Oh, it'd be an amazing year.
Yes, it would be an amazing year for them. But now that that happens, I think, free agency is going to, I think, I think free agency is going to mostly lean in WWE's favor, as to where a couple years ago it did lean into a lot of AEW's favor. And, free agency leaned into their favor this year, but I'm talking with the people that have expiring WWE deals. I think a lot of them are going to stay with WWE.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people that are not from WWE that had deals coming up are going to go to AEW just because in a way it's an easier pipeline to go into and just to have a nice simple career in. I think
Film a lot of
that's going to
vignettes,
be a big exactly film those vignettes and not go to work. So I feel like that's going to be a more popular pipeline for most people.
That's why you made the comment about Mercedes having a nice front. Okay. Ooh, do I think Becky's gonna?
No, I don't think. Not with Tony Khan's money. If Becky or not Becky, if Mercedes just went to WWE and got a really good contract, I could have seen it. But she went to Tony Khan. The money he gave Okada 2 billion yen. Mercedes, I think they said, is the highest women's contract ever, made. This shit's gotta be insane. I don't think Becky's beating it. I don't think WWE is willing to pay that much to beat something like that. We don't even know what it is.
I don't
saying that.
I don't think WWE is going to do it because WWE knows every other top women that comes up after that is going to expect that money. And WWE is not going to, especially in this Nick Khan era, WWE is not stupid with their money, and they're not going to shill it out, because the problem with Tony Khan doing that, now that he gave Okada all that money, every other guy that's been there before him is going to say, well, how does he get this money? And he just came in. Now, I deserve that kind of money. Actually, Tony, I deserve more. And then the next guy's going to say, well, I deserve more than that guy. I deserve more than that. And then it's just going to keep fucking going up and up and up. Exactly.
And no one's going to be happy because they're not getting paid enough when they only want to be there every other week. So he created his own monster that he's going to have to deal with. But I don't think Charlotte either. I genuinely think Mercedes have to have the highest women's contract ever produced. It's gotta be. It's Tony Khan we're talking. We have never seen a hint of that number, and I already know it's fucking high as fuck. Greater than anybody.
Yeah.
Because it's Tony Khan.
Definitely.
Mercedes. Not a dig on her at all. She deserves that contract, but it's because of Tony Khan is why I know it's so high.
Yeah. Definitely. So
she was definitely not no more. Definitely not no more.
Yeah. But the thing is, with Charlotte, either WWE matches it if they really love Charlotte, which they do. Either that or WWE might give her a small increase, but people aren't going to... WWE's not going to be paying people what Tony Khan pays people. And it's not because they can't. It's because, like I said, that man, Nick Khan, if you got a big contract,
you're like up tier.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you got a big contract, you are the Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns of the world. But even at that, Tony Khan will be willing to match it because he's a mark.
He just wants you. He'll just pay whatever money he needs to get you.
Yeah.
But you have to earn every bit of penny you get over there, man. And they like... The thing is, Charlotte ain't young no more. She has only so much left. Not only, physically, but opponents-wise. She faced a lot of people already in that company.
Bro.
So...
Bell, what is going on with you today, man? Why are you just being a fucking menace in chat, bro? Come on, man. I did not expect a new character arc for you today, man. Menace Bell. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Bell.
What has gotten into you today? Jesus.
I see that. Yep.
Oh, man. Oh, you didn't? Do you know what she's talking about?
No, I have no fucking clue.
Apparently they're saying CJ and Damian Priest are screwing around.
Oh no, yeah, if I'm Miro, I gotta get it back, bro. Ain't no way. That's wild. You got bondage Undertaker taking this girl, bro.
Bell is talking about Jay White, fucking Tony Khan's girlfriend. She's talking about the bisexual Undertaker messing around with CJ Perry. Bro, what is going Menace Bell.
And CJ Perry really got Matt Riddle sloppy seconds.
Oh man. Oh no. Jesus. Oh.
That's
So
funny.
golly. Now that Bell has completely taken the show off the fucking rails, let me get
Yeah,
it
that's
back
fucking
on
funny.
track. Okay. So, I think they're all staying, man. And speaking of contracts, man, Fightful Select has learned earlier this year that Hikuleo's New Japan contract ran until June.
Mhm.
Bro, New Japan absolutely, like, whenever we learn about New Japan contracts, they are the most confusing fucking things ever. Dude, literally last year after Elimination Chamber, or before Elimination Chamber, before Sami Zayn faced Roman Reigns, they said Hikuleo was doing a loser leaves Japan match, which he lost, and his contract's up at the end of June. Why the fuck does New Japan do this kind of stuff? We'll do a loser leaves
Bro,
Japan match, and then bro just sticks around for another year and a half.
makes no fucking sense, dude. I don't get it. I have no clue about how their contracts work over there.
I don't either, but it looks like he's finally coming up at the end of June. Does WWE get him? Possibly. Especially with all this bloodline stuff going on.
No, literally, exactly.
Yeah. So, I Jesus. I could see Hikuleo going to WWE. I know WWE was interested in him a while ago, so I could see it. I could really see it, man.
No, exactly, man. I could definitely see it. Hopefully, it's actually true this time.
Yeah, man. Logan has got to be one of the worst PR managers ever.
Yeah, well,
You're
come
supposed
on.
to. You're supposed to be. You know. You're supposed to be a PR's wet dream, right? But instead, you're supposed to be a PR's ultimate glazer, okay? But instead, you are a PR's worst nightmare. This man Logan, bro. So,
It's true.
but actually, to address Durante's comment, he says, "Has anyone seen Miro?" Just asking, bro. We were talking about that last night. This man, I don't believe he's injured. Just got put together with his wife at the end at World's End, and it's one of the greatest questions I've ever been asked.
He might be.
No, Logan, you're not the PR manager. You're the manager, but you're supposed to, be good for PR. You know what I'm saying, bro? This man got put together with his wife. Haven't seen him since. And yeah, now it's his ex-wife. Jesus. Now it's his ex-wife, and we still haven't fucking seen him. What are we doing?
Yeah. Miro's, I don't think Miro's injured, but I remember he tweeted about him being injured, and that's why he's not on TV. But I think he's not actually injured. I remember, I just saw that tweet. Okay. So he tweeted that he's injured, but I don't think he is actually injured. I think he was just tweeting that as a reason to not be on TV.
Bruh, he's lying his ass off.
I expect it, but like, fuck.
Yeah, but the real question is about Hikuleo, man. Do we see Hikuleo in this whole bloodline stuff?
You never know, bro. They could be expanding it like crazy, man. Who knows? Maybe not, but it's possible, man. It's definitely not impossible.
I don't know, man. So, Well, the thing is, according to Logan, well, speaking of Logan and his PR, according to Twitter, they got some other things to say about good old manager Logan, man. Mr. Homophobe Logan over here. Good old
what? You know Twitter, man.
bunch of people that don't know the man. But hey, according to Twitter, which they're always right. You know, they got other things to say about him. Exactly. He shouldn't be asking for context, man. He should just love what he sees on Dynamite. Right?
Exactly. So, you should just know instantly what everything's happening, the history behind everybody.
Exactly. You know, who is Logan to ask about context behind a segment? You know, what a homophobe that guy. Man.
I'm telling you.
What a homophobe. Unbelievable. Okay, so speaking of the bloodline, man, WrestleVotes reports that although Roman Reigns will be out of television programming for an indefinite period of time, he will continue to have substantial creative to the evolution of the bloodline's history in the coming months. This
interesting, man.
This is something that obviously comes as no shock. Roman Reigns is always going to have input. He's always going to have input in what in what, you know, he's doing, and obviously this sets the table huge for when he comes back. So he's going to want good shit to come back to, and he's obviously going to have input. Everybody likes to talk about The Rock and, you know, all this, the Ultimate Glazer and all this stuff, but let's not understand, or let's not forget, this is Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman's baby, this bloodline story, you know, so this all stems from them. They are the roots of this. I don't care how much The Rock wants to say that, you know, he's in this, he's the long gamer. No, he's not the fucking long gamer. He came in the middle of the fucking movie, okay? He came in the middle of the fucking movie. He was always there, because obviously he was always a part of the family, but he was not in the fucking movie until halfway through it. This is Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman's baby, and obviously Roman's going to have some sort of say in this, and if history serves us anything, Roman Reigns has a pretty good idea on where to go with this story.
Definitely, man. I think he knows. I think he's the perfect guy to trust, obviously. And I like that he's so involved in the story-making process for the bloodline, man. I love that.
Definitely, man. And I like how, you know, even though he's dealing with his own health and stuff like that, and he's doing his own projects, he still wants to be involved in the bloodline story, and I love it. Actually seen that he's doing some Hollywood projects. I think he's doing like an action comedy or something.
Looks like an action, comedy heist type movie. I think from the one set photo we got, I'm just throw the ball out there. He's the guy that the main characters will be robbing, is what it looks like to me. He'll be some crime boss that they'll robbing, because he's around a bunch of women and gold bars too. So I think he's gonna be the target of the heist in that movie, because I think they said it's a heist movie.
Right.
So that's what I get from what we've seen, which looks interesting, man.
Right. So
hopefully he doesn't botch throwing an axe at somebody. Hit it extra this time.
Hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. Just throwing a fucking axe at someone.
What? One of the fucking axes at just a camera guy. Fucking legendary, dude.
I don't know, man. So, with the next story, man, the Wrestling Observer. The Wrestling Observer reports that the expectation right now in WWE is that Eric Rowan will return to join Bo Dallas or Uncle Howdy. Yo, what up, Gotti?
What's up, Gotti? How you doing?
What's going on with WrestleMania 41 is we have no idea. It looks like it could be possibly going to Vegas, but it could also possibly be going to Minnesota. we don't know what the fuck is going to happen, man. So,
Exactly. It's a
and it
whole
also might be
discourse of
moved to May.
whether, yeah, so it's a whole discourse with time, weather, the weekend, all of that shit. It's annoying. It might get screwed out. It looks like it's going to be in Vegas.
God damn it. But yeah, it looks like Eric Rowan won't be making any more indie shows. I seen that he was supposed to make an appearance that got canceled. And like I said, he was supposed to be making a couple indie shows, and it looks like those have all been canceled. And looks like he could be coming back to join some sort of Wyatt Six. I see a lot of people see the rumor going around is something with Bo, Alexa, Rowan, Braun, Matt Hardy, pretty much a bunch of people that have been just intertwined with Bray's career. So it's going to be a celebration, I guess, a celebratory faction of Bray Wyatt's creativity. I just hope it gets done justice. I really do.
I hope so. I really hope it's not just look at this Bray Wyatt tribute faction and that's it. I hope it is allowed to become its own thing, because that's what he would want, is to just it be its own thing that evolves.
Look at Dark Order.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Order became a we miss it became a we miss Brody Lee faction, which, let's not state the obvious, bro. We all miss Brody Lee. But carry on his idea and carry on his group and do it justice. You know, don't make this a sob story group, because it's not what he would have wanted, bro.
Exactly. That's, at the end of the day, it sucks. It's not a sob story. You got to move on, and you got to evolve from it. And I hope that's what they do with this faction, because I have a feeling it is just going to be kind of like a Dark Order type thing, where say, this is for Bray, and that's it. I hope that's not all we get.
Definitely. Yes, I really hope this is done justice, and I hope they're really able to do something really special here, and something that is super memorable, because that is what that man was. That man was special. He was memorable, and I hope they're able to, again, not just be a Wyndham tribute faction, but able to carry on his ideas in a way that they're done justice, and finally get done some fucking creative justice for that man, because for the love of God, he deserves it.
Don't let his tribute faction fall victim to the same thing that he was his whole career. Please do not let that happen, for the love of God.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. That is the news on Eric Rowan and him rumored to be coming back and joining the Wyatt Six. Speaking of more rumors, the Wrestling Observer reports that Chad Gable and the Creed brothers will join forces as heels. Now, they say Chad Gable and the Creed brothers. They don't say the Creed brothers and Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
So it looks like...
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead. I was going to say the same thing right now anyway.
You go ahead.
I feel like... Oh my God, I forgot his name.
Chad Gable.
Oh my God, I forgot.
Creed brothers, Otis.
That's who it. I feel like they're gonna slowly weed Otis out of this. In the vibe I get from this. I don't know how true that is, but I don't know. I don't know how he would fit in a heel faction like that. Maybe he could. I could be wrong, but I don't know. It's weird.
He did okay as a heel. Under Vince. I think it would be better under Triple H, so I'd be down to see it, but they could do something with it. But I think overall, Otis just fits the vibe as a babyface. I think he's so lovable as a babyface, and who's to say they don't bring back Heavy Machinery?
Exactly. They could. I would really like that. Let them do their own thing and let this heel faction happen. I like this idea of heel faction. Again, should Chad Gable be heel right now? No. But he is. We got to make the best out of it. I think a heel faction would be the best way to make the best out of it.
Definitely. And I think Chad Gable could rub off on the fucking Creed brothers so well in terms of her, or in terms of charisma, because Lord knows them fucking Creed brothers need it. Hello, Eden, by the way. Hello. I miss you. Lord knows the fucking Creed brothers need some charisma about them, and I feel this could be something reminiscent of a Team Angle. I see a lot of people throwing that around there, and I think it could be that. Again, I don't want heel Gable, but if you're gonna do it, a stable with the Creed brothers would be pretty fucking legit, and they have the opportunity to turn something that could have been really bad into something really fucking good here.
No, exactly. They have a chance here, and I think that a heel faction could do very well.
Definitely, man. So Chad Gable and the Creed brothers look to be joining forces as a heel stable, man, and that is good news. Again, not really too keen on the Chad Gable heel turn, but if you're gonna do it, this is the way to do it.
Exactly.
So, yes, and I need Chad Gable. Absolutely, Bell. I need Chad Gable's charisma to rub off on them, please.
It's got to, please.
So, yeah. Adam Cole. Adam Cole, man. Why? Adam Cole stopped appearing on AEW television. According to Fightful Select, Adam Cole has been off the road lately as traveling was hindering his recovery process. Good fucking Lord. Fightful Select is told that Adam Cole has been off the road lately as it was slowing the progression he was making towards recovering from his injury. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? Honestly.
Oh shit, Tony Khan. What the fuck? Like, dog. Just, you had that man in a wheelchair cutting the same promo for like 4 weeks straight. What do you think was going to happen?
4? I'm looking at like 8. This man was fucking out there every fucking week talking about the Wardlow. Well, first it went from their mission statement, and then this man went to just burying Wardlow promos.
That is true. So 2 promos in like this 8-week span. But like, dude, I blocked half of that shit out my memory at this point. Because like, what was the point? It's the group. They're nothing. They're nothing now. They failed.
You're telling me you didn't enjoy the story time with Adam Cole Bay segments from the throne?
I hate him. I fucking hate him. Please let that man just stay home and recover, and just come back full health. You could just drop the story. I'll be fine. Just drop the story. Drop Wardlow's contract while you're at it, and just let everything go.
Definitely, man. And with the final 2 stories before we get to these Dynasty predictions. In recent interviews, Tony Khan and the Young Bucks have expressed zero regret in airing the CM Punk and Jack Perry altercation from AEW All In last year. Well, first of all, about the Undisputed Kingdom, I knew from the moment Adam Cole didn't reveal his injury as fake.
They were screwed.
And from the moment the fucking leader of the group had to hobble out there in either crutches or a wheelchair, I knew the group was doomed, because I knew Adam Cole was going to be on the shelf, and Wardlow, Roddy, and the Kingdom is not enough to carry that group.
No.
They put no stock into any of those characters. Any of them.
No. You have a tag team of 2 of the most boring human beings in professional wrestling in the Kingdom. They aren't going to be able to hold their own. You got Wardlow deep in his AEW career. That man is like fucking climbing Mount Everest like Darby. It's its own Mount Everest right there.
Yeah.
And then you got Roddy. I love Roddy. But when it's just Roddy you have to lean on, you're gonna tumble, bro. I hate to break it to y'all. So it's not like the real Undisputed, which had all each other to lean on. They would have been just fine without Adam Cole for that injury status, but they're not. They failed, dude. It's a failure.
100%, man, 100%. And hey, Logan, look, I understand there is a market for hating on AEW, and that's all well and dandy, but good Lord, I just being honest, bro. Now, if I appeal to that market, Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that is what it is. That market can love me and the other market can hate me, but good lord, this shit, bro. I knew that group was gonna fucking fail.
And guess what? They failed.
As for this, I see a lot of people hating on this. I see a lot of people saying, how could they say they have zero regret? To be honest, did you want them to say they have regret? Because that would probably
Yeah,
look
worse.
even fucking worse.
No, exactly.
At this point, you gotta stand on business
You-
because, yeah, at this point, you gotta stand on business. They did do some crazy shit in airing footage that, in some form of fashion, has got to be illegal. And you're not hating at all. Trust me, we know you're not hating.
It's probably illegal.
But at the end of the day, if they were to came out and say that they regretted it, that would have probably looked even more sorry. At this point, you got to double down and stand on business because that's what do you do at this point, honestly?
No, exactly. What do? You made your bed. Yeah, you made it like
Exactly.
shit. You got piss stains on your blanket, but you gotta lay in it anyway. Because guess what? It's what you fucking made. It's how it is. You gotta truck through it now.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I don't know, but with the last bit of news before we get on to the predictions here, Tony Khan recently talked about stepping down as head booker. Oh,
Ain't that the dream?
holy fuck. He was asked
Oh.
if he would ever consider stepping down as head booker, and he says, I would certainly step down as the booker at some point. We'd have to see where we're at. I
You're
think
at it now.
Yeah, I think we fucking hit the tip of the iceberg. I think with all positions, nobody lasts forever, and eventually that's something with any position in any organization I'm in that will certainly be a reality. Do I think Tony steps down right now? No, because another thing he said was that he's having the most fun of his career right now. Really?
Oh, wow.
You're having
I think
fun booking RVD versus Isaiah Cassidy versus Commander versus fucking.
What?
There was some whack ass match. It's some match on Rampage he put together. I looked at it yesterday and was just like, what the fuck is even this? Let me see. So
Oh, he's having the most fun. No,
here it is. Okay, RVD versus Lee Johnson versus Isaiah Cassidy versus Commander in a flying high 420 elimination 4-way match.
Fucking, I didn't know fucking Collision was gonna be the fucking 420 party. What the fuck?
Good lord. Good lord. Yeah. So, yeah, it's about that time, Mr. Khan. Dude.
I think it's too many times. It's like, man, that was 2021, summer of 2021. I know that was the most fun he ever had. Stop
Yeah.
lying.
Booking CM Punk, booking Danielson, booking Adam Cole in their heyday, in the prime days of AEW. That was the most fun you've ever had. Don't be bullshitting me now. Please, hand the fucking reins over to somebody. And do I think, though, the pressure will eventually get to him? I think so.
I think so. Oh, yeah, they'll fold. They'll fold one day.
Which is good, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, I don't think that day's anywhere near.
Hopefully he keeps up on his word and actually does step down, because there's a feeling there's a 50% chance he doesn't.
Definitely. And that is all the news, man. That is all the news for today. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the predictions. It is now time for the predictions for AEW Dynasty, man. So, with the first match, we have the 0 Hour Trent Beretta versus Matt Sydal. again. What the fuck is even this, bro?
Why, bro? Like, what? I thought Mike say the fuck I did it again. Thought Matt Sydal, fuck, I thought he fucking left the company. I swear, bro, he left the company at some point. And now he's just back on a fucking pre-show match or a 0 hour match.
I guess, dude. I guess. I'm obviously gonna go Trent here. He just turned heel.
Yep. So
That's a
I'm
whole
gonna go
other
with
fucking
no.
beast in itself.
Only we have single skill Trent. But dude, Bell, don't get me started on that man, dude. He is so fucking boring. Him and his fucking best friend. Oh, we're gonna have to see that story when he comes back from it. Oh, don't get me started. Trash.
Fucking horrible. Yeah. The next one on the 0 hour. Orange Cassidy and Shit Bada versus Shane Taylor Enterprises or promotions.
Promotions. Don't know what he didn't know he had his own promotion, but
Logan, that makes one of us, and that would be you. Because holy fuck, Trent is so fucking bland and so horrible, man. I am gonna go ahead and say Orange and Shibata, I guess.
I assume so. Who did they face it again?
What
I
the
already
fuck is
forgot.
what the fuck is Shibata even doing, bro? Why? Wasn't he like in the middle of this feud with like Jericho and Hook?
Fucking might have been, dude. I don't fucking know, dude.
Seriously, man, get this fucking ROH trash off of the show.
Yeah, well, I'll go with Shibata and Boring Cassidy.
Yeah. In the next match, the 0 hour title for title, the Acclaimed versus the fucking Bullet Club Gold. Boy, does Jay White look as smart as he did a year ago?
Well, he didn't look smart a year ago. To be honest here.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean, he was kind of a Vince hero,
yeah.
but
There was
he,
that Vince scare for like those
it
couple of
was,
months.
it was a Vince scare, but like, fuck, dude, this has gotta be top 10 worst business decisions ever made.
What the fuck is this man doing? The Acclaimed, one of the most beloved acts in AEW, get the trio belts, and they're performing on 0 hour against Jay White and Bullet Club Gold. Give me a fucking break.
For
What
not
is this
only their
shit, man?
titles, but the ROH trios titles, to where whoever wins will combine them for whatever fucking reason.
And they get to be
Why?
on both. What a death wish this is.
Yeah, way to fucking shit your fucking trios titles. Send them. Now they're also a part of ROH, no matter who wins them. That sounds like trash. Way to make me never want to win a title in my life.
Yeah. I'm obviously going Bullet Club Gold here.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, obviously, it's going to be a Bullet Club Gold win, and we're going to have to deal with that.
That's it for the 0 hour. Fucking poor Jay White, dude. What a fucking shit decision that was. Should have went to WWE. Speaking of trios, this is the main card now. Instead of Adam Cope, so he wants to defend in open challenges on weekly television, but when we get to the pay-per-view, he's not defending the fucking title. Okay. Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe versus the House of Black.
Why?
Why? Why did AEW have to be good when Malachi signed here? Why?
I'm telling you. Like, he kind of just wanted to make his way back to WWE. It would have worked out in the end.
Can this guy please fucking leave this company? I could see
And
Christian coming back and costing this team the match.
that is true.
I also don't know why we just didn't do Adam Copeland versus Malachi Black. I think this will lead to that. Wishful thinking. I hope it will lead to that. But I don't know.
hope so.
I don't
I
fucking know,
hope
man.
so. Well, we'll see. I hope so, but I think it's a 50% chance House of Black wins this one.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw my name in the House of Black hat. I'll say House of Black.
Exactly. And if they don't, my God.
Yeah. The next match for the FTW Championship, Jericho versus Hook. I want to go back to counting down the days. That I am counting down the days until Hook steps foot in the WWE Performance Center.
It's going to be a beautiful day.
What is this fucking shit feud, man? This sucks. Yeah, AEW has stories my ass. They're not good. Hook. I'm going to go Hook.
Yeah, I'll go Hook with this one. I think it's a obvious Hook win, and there's a decent chance that if Jericho does win this match, it's because he's had help from the secret members of the Learning Tree group. I could totally see that happening.
I could see that. Yes,
So,
Bell. Please be blunt.
oh yeah, please. I know I'm just fucking either. Oh God, the fucking Jericho vortex, dude. When he was spitting those three fucking trademark things, I was like, you're kidding me. Those sounded like the
Literally.
most forced integrational things
Yes,
ever.
they did. I thought the same thing. I thought the exact fucking same thing.
Like, fuck, we get it. You're a catchphrase guy.
The next one is Roderick Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly for the International Championship as Roddy. Hey, Roddy, didn't you say that you can be the international champion better than Orange Cassidy? And what has AEW done for you ever since?
Literally, haven't seen that, bro. Like, dude, you haven't even been here. They haven't shown you, bro. Doesn't make sense.
He turned on O'Reilly on Collision. People don't even know about it.
No, I had no clue that happened. Not even when that match was announced. It was until like a week or two later I found out.
I'm going to go ahead and say... I'm going to go ahead and say...
Again, Logan, I reiterate, he's not been on real AEW television. Collision does not count. That is a house show.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say... I'll go ahead and say Kyle O'Reilly. I guess.
I think I might go with Roddy. I feel like they might try to extend this out, do like a Kyle O'Reilly, like struggling to make his way type thing.
Yeah, I could see it. We'll see, man. We'll see. But Julia Hart versus Willow for the TBS title. The winner gets Mercedes, who is 0-0, hasn't wrestled a single match in AEW, but is getting a TBS title match at Double or Nothing, and she's not even in any position to be declaring. Yeah, I don't know, Logan. I'm just throwing shit to the wall at that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just throwing shit to the wall here. So I could see Roddy winning, but I don't know. Tony Khan hasn't really done much to make me feel like he likes him. For this one, I'm gonna go ahead and say Willow, because I Mercedes has been building up the Willow and the whole little Willow and her feud type thing. So I'm going to
Yeah,
go ahead and say Willow wins.
I think it's a definite Willow win, and she's obviously gonna be the one facing Mercedes because they actually have a story together. So look at that. Too bad she's just getting a title match for whatever fucking reason.
No reason whatsoever. And we got to wait a whole nother calendar month before we see Mercedes in
We will
the ring.
probably know the name or the location and date of the next two WrestleManias before we see Mercedes wrestle.
Good God. The next match for the Continental Championship, Okada versus Pac. This one is rather easy. This is obviously going to Okada.
Exactly. Easy Okada win. Pac's gonna go back to UK for 7 months and that'll wrap everything up.
There you go. Toni Storm defends the AEW Women's Championship against Thunder Rosa. I think I could see Toni Storm here, and I could see Jamie Hayter coming back after the match and confronting her for Double or Nothing.
I hope so. I hope so. I would like that a lot. And I think that's the path, definitely.
Definitely. Or I could see them saving Jamie Hayter till All in London, but either way, I'm saying Toni Storm retains here.
Either way, I think in some form at All In, we're gonna get Jamie Hayter and Mercedes. So whichever title's going for whichever person, it's gonna end up being that with their women's division.
Definitely. And in what is a World Tag Team Championship ladder match, I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember when this was a ladder match, but
Which one is the ladder match?
the Bucks and FTR.
Really? I
Yeah.
did not know when they made that show.
I remember them making it official on Wednesday, but I can't remember the reasoning.
Yeah, I don't think they said ladder match. I don't think I was paying attention either, so I could be completely wrong.
But either way, I think the Bucks win this one and become the first 3-time tag team champions. The Bucks are the best tag team in that company. They're putting on the best work, regardless what you want to say about their choice of footage to air on Dynamite. Either way, they're putting on the best. They're putting on the best work from a tag team in AEW. And now that you say that, Durante, I could see Jack Perry coming back to help them. And again, not a good idea. It's going to look like the CM Punk whip my ass crew or the we can't get past CM Punk squad. So either way, I think the Bucks are going to win, and as they should, because nobody in their right mind wants to see another fucking FTR, a boring FTR title run when all Dax Harwood talked about is how much the titles mean to him because he gets more money for being the champion and he gets to bring the money home to his wife and his fucking daughter, for the love of God.
Although, win or lose, we're gonna get that post up in my promo where it's gonna be a sad Dax. I failed my wife and daughter and all of you guys. And know we're gonna get that fucking promo when they lose. So either way, it's a lose-lose situation with FTR at this fucking point when it comes to promos. But it's definitely gonna be a Bucks win in my opinion.
Definitely, man. And again, if they get put with Jack Perry, what are we going to talk about here? What are they going to talk about as a unit? Jack Perry's not EVP, and they're already with Okada. What good does that do? We can't get past CM Punk. That's all that does.
That's all it says. Literally.
Yes, but I think the Bucks are going to win this one, man. And the dream match that has been billed as a dream match with absolutely no story and little to no interaction between these two individuals whatsoever. But I will sit back and appreciate it because this is probably the last time we're going to get Bryan as a full-time performer for AEW. Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay should be a good one. Should be a good one, man. And I'm going to take Will Ospreay over Bryan in this one.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I think it's gonna be. It's Brian. He's the most fucking humble guy there is. So it'll be an Osprey win. It's gonna be a great match. It is. I just wish they built to this match instead of Osprey and Triple H. But that's just my opinion.
That's a valid opinion, man. And in the main event, for the final prediction for today's show, man, we have for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland. What you thinking, man?
It Babyface Swerve ain't for me, bro.
No.
He's great as no matter what. He's a great performer. But
Yeah.
it's like a Chad Gable thing for me. I think the timing was horrible with this face turn. It was not time to turn him face. I hope he wins. I hope he gets that title win for himself and for the company for that record. He deserves it. He does. But Tony Khan on his side, the way he booked it, he blew his load with babyface Swerve, and it's very apparent to me in my care level. But I still think Swerve's gonna win. I hope he wins. I hope he does, because that'll be good. But it's just not as special, I think, TV wise, as it would have been if he was a heel.
100%, man. 100%. I agree. I think it was just way too early to turn him babyface, and I think a lot of I think a lot of the hype around Swerve, Swerve and his character has went away, and the hype has moved towards, Swerve just winning the world championship instead of, as opposed to where we were in November. This guy's character was
Mhm.
one of the hottest things on television. And he wasn't even the world champ then, but it does suck in that regard, but it is going to be nice to see him win the world championship, man. And I think he is going to win the world championship. I think he's going to beat Samoa Joe and win the world title here, man. So, and I'm happy for Swerve, and he definitely deserves it. And this is obviously going to Swerve 100%, man. So, with that, that is it for the Dynasty predictions, man. We will not be live with the Dynasty post show, man. So, yes, with that, that is. I'm dead. That's funny. With that, that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast, man. Another great edition of the news, man. This has been episode 210 of the news. And thank you guys for everybody that came out, man. Logan, Durante, Bell, Gotti, who else? Call of Zombies, Pops. Thank you guys always. JT. Thank you guys as always for being here, man. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. This has been an amazing episode. This has been episode 210, and it has been always, always, always nothing but a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on Monday with Notorious Unscripted.
Peace.
I used to get pills on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for this rap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arnold, and that's what you talking about, Willis. The thrill is gone, the black Frank White is here to excite, throw dick to dice. Bitches are like I'm brainless, guns are like I'm stainless.